Hi guys, and how you doing? Welcome back. Here is another Raven Guard squad. This time we're looking at the Legion Tactical Squad, and we've gone to town on these guys. We've got bullet holes in them, we've got wrecked armour, we've got armour that they've salvaged and weapons that they've salvaged from the battle at the drop site massacre as they're on the run trying to survive. And this is what we've got. Now, it's been an absolute pleasure painting these guys. Now, black, as simple as it is, can be quite difficult to do. Because at the end of the day, you can do a nice easy spray black, you can do an airbrush black, you could just hand paint them, and then there's all sorts of different ways of doing it. But it's the devil, basically, as they say, is in the detailing. And I've got to say, I've enjoyed this, because this has all been about weathering, aging and destroying stuff. And we've used different techniques, from hand painting chips to sponge effects, which is always good to use, to just a bit of airbrushing, and even down to good old-fashioned getting your drill bit out and drilling holes and wrecking it with your standing blade and stuff like that. So we're just going to look at a few of them. Now, if you don't know much about the 30k era, in 40k you fight in units of 10, in 30k you fight in units of 20. So it makes a tactical squad quite devastating, to the point that you can get 80 shots off in one volley, which is fantastic, which is just amazing. So let's take a look at these guys. Let's start off with the Sergeant, because the Sergeant's always the best one. Again, all of these bases for the Raven Guard have been supplied to me by Midas Terrain, who's a fantastic guy, a brilliant model maker and sculptor in his own right, so I've got to thank him for that. He sent me a box a while back, and I just never got to get it online. The nice thing about it was he also sent me a load of pictures, which was absolutely fantastic. So let's just take a little glance at this guy. I have to say, I've really enjoyed building this one. So he's got a great chainsword that he's stolen from one of the World Eaters. I've painted the Sergeant's helmets white with a white plume or crest to go around the crest that goes across the top of the helmet, because I just felt like Sergeants would have a white helmet, because it's very skull and beak like. Now I'm using all Mark IV armour for this. So it's been pretty cool. Now there's bullet holes, there's the Raven Guard backpack. Each of the Raven Guard have a Raven Guard symbol on the shoulder and on the leg. Unless it's a studded piece of armour, then it's not on there. And I've got to say, it's been brilliant. Now you'll notice that some of the shoulder pad on here is slightly green. So the idea is, you can't really see it too well on this model, but we'll see it on other models, that half the shoulder pad for a tactical squad is painted green, and that symbolises that they are a tactical squad. So that's what we've done with these guys. Now we've got the Vox guy here. He's slightly different. His helmet setup is slightly different to most Marines, as he is the radio man, so his helmet has a little bit more detail going on there and some more bits and pieces. And on the back of there, you can see that he has his aerial and the Vox connected up to the back of his backpack, which is absolutely fantastic. I do like this model. Again, his armour's been damaged, bullet holes wrecked and stuff like that. He's got all sorts of damage to him, which makes him pretty cool. Again, he comes with a bolter. Then we have, I can't remember what this guy's called, but it's something like the standard bearer for a unit, basically. And you would have the Legion number in there, so it would be XIX, or yeah, XIX, which is the Legion number. And again, I've gone for studded shoulder leg on there, or studded leg for that one. You can see the green has been chipped away by using a sponge, and I've also used a sponge with black on it, just to take away some of the green, and then I've gone back in over the top with silver. The armor's been damaged. I mean, that is really, the paint's really worn away there. He's been sliding along on stuff and trying to get out of the way of the enemy. Just quickly again, his head, the skin for Raven Guard should be slightly milky. I suggest doing it with a darker colour and then working back to a lighter colour, and that's what I've done with this guy. They're very pale skinned, which I kind of like, because they lived down in the mines and stuff like that originally. Let's take a look at this guy. So you can see half green shoulder pad. Again, I've damaged it, sponged it, so we've taken away the green, so we've got a bit more black on there. Again, we can see the Raven Guard symbol, studded leg as well. I'll get away with it in a minute, because I find one that has got a studded shoulder pad, like this guy here who has a studded leg shoulder pad. There you go. What a nightmare! A studded shoulder pad. So we're basically looking at bits of armour that they've found and they've claimed for themselves off the dead, so they can replace it with their own. So they can replace their own that's been damaged. God, I'm having trouble speaking today. So I've gone through it all. I've reposed a lot of stuff, like this guy here, because I want him on the run. It just gives it something different when you repose resin, because it's just not the same as everybody else's. Obviously, you do the guys that are shooting. We're just focusing on that. That's always a nice pose to have. They can be sort of like walking along and then suddenly they turn. Hold on, what's going on there? Bam, bam, blam. Take out a bad guy. You know, by giving them movement in their bodies, by positioning the torso to the legs slightly off, it gives an idea that they're whipping round ready to open fire, or they've just opened fire, so you can imagine shots coming from there, there and there. It just makes it slightly different. You know, you've got the choice here to play around with the posing on these models, because they're not all in one piece. They're all separate pieces, and you can do some wondrous things with them. So I kind of like resin. I'm more of a resin fan than the plastic, but plastic is fantastic. But resin has me whatever rhymes with resin. So there you go. That is a Legion Tactical Squad for the Raven Guard. Still following the theme of the Drop Site Massacre, which is still a beautiful, beautiful theme to carry on. I'm hoping this will inspire people to do some more of their own damaging of armour and really create something that tells a narrative story throughout their whole army. Guys, listen, you be good, you take care, carry on model making, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care, bye-bye.